Okay, welcome to another video. Nick Cannon is in the spotlight again after a podcast that he did, where he basically said that he will do whatever he needs to do and become whatever he needs to become to get whoever he needs to get. And he was talking about a woman or woman in general. Now, this has sparked very many people to react in an adverse way. And a pastor recently went out and called Nick Cannon out, saying that women need to be careful of him because of the manner in which he does things. Let's get into the video today and then we'll react at the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that this video can go out to more people like you.
You know, I normally don't name drop, but since he put himself on social media, I just thought I would use what the man said as a warning to single women that are Christian here listening online, and for you all that will listen in the not too far distant future. And so I'll just be kind of blunt. Most of y'all know who Nick Cannon is. You know, Nick Cannon runs through women like kids do after going trick-or-treating with candy. I don't say that bluntly. That's not something to be proud of, is that you keep creating babies from all of these different type of women, and then they end up missing out on true parent. You know what I'm saying? But that's the world and they're thinking. But he said something that really, really bothered me. He was being interviewed. I just saw this yesterday. And so this is just a warning. It's a warning for the single ladies, but it's a warning for us all. And it really bothered me what he said, because the host asked him, he said, out of all of the women that you've been with, which was the one that you really, really regret losing, or that you really, really fell in love with, whatever. And I can't remember her name, but apparently it was one of the first ones. And then he said something I thought was so crazy. He said, that's the only woman I chased. So that means all of the other ones was giving it up too soon. Too soon is before married. But he said that. Now, here's the problem. He said, that's the only woman I chased. He said, I chased her for 3 years. Okay. And so he said, I chased her for 3 years. He said it took that long. And then he did this, because, she was like really into her Christianity. He did just like that. He said, I couldn't believe he said this publicly, right on social media. He said, so it took me 3 years. He said, I finally got to her through the Bible. That's what he said twice. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, he said, I finally got to her through the Bible. He said, that was my way in. So he's doing that whole pretend thing. And that's the last thing he said. That's the last thing he said. Yes, he said, I finally got to her. And he said, I used the Bible to do it. And so that's a warning. It also is a warning that Satan will work on you a long time.
I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked. And at times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things? Yes, because I'm a man.
Right.
And
but not all men do that. We don't want to blanket
I'm a
all
man,
men.
and
all
I will
men
take
do
advantage.
not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man
Not
in a relationship,
in a praying way. Not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this and this person has this, I'm going to do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But Nick, again, law of attraction. We attract who we are despite of who we think we are. You used the word, you said women who are equally yoked to you.
Yeah.
Equally yoked comes in many different facets.
100%. Balance, if anything.
They have been equally yoked to your low functioning dysfunction that you have learned to survive in.
Because I use my tools to, because first of all, you're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me, and we all, every time someone meets someone, you're meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
Depending
and
on
so
the
therefore
person,
I may have manipulated a situation, and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone else,
I got you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one that you want. I can tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness, I've never, and then Toxic Nick shows up, and you like, this motherfucker got me.
No, but
he done gave me the draws, and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect, because you named all of the low-functioning, superficial things that a low-functioning woman would fall into.
Church?
Women,
that ain't low-functioning.
Baby, any woman.
We going to see the Lord together.
Any woman or man.
Or the mosque, wherever you want to go. I know them both.
Any person who's done the work, who gained a sense of self, who's worked on their pain pockets, who's worked on their trauma,
are still going to be vulnerable.
They're going to be vulnerable.
They're still going to yearn. And late at night when you're sleeping alone, you're going to go, I wish I had a strong man to rub my back.
They're going to be imperfect, but that person would want a strong, healthy, functioning man, not a low-functioning man.
Sometimes it just be a nigga with some good hands.
Not a low-functioning man, no. That's what I'm saying is the difference. But
every woman, you can't, Doc, you can't sit here and say that.
But you're speaking from your experience, which makes it better.
I'm saying,
because your experience of these women is that they fall short for a jet and a good meal and a good man who says he goes to church.
And some strong hands.
And let me go further, and probably a big penis. But okay,
you said it, not
so
me.
let me go. But again, a high functioning. I'm not even talking about value. A high functioning woman who's done the work.
I'm trying to hear what this high functioning woman is.
But a high functioning woman, you cannot send a jet and be toxic, and she will go on the
She don't know I'm toxic yet.
A high-functioning woman wouldn't even attract you, baby.
Okay, so basically what Nick Cannon is saying is very evil. It's quite demonic. It's ungodly, the manner in which he says, because he's basically saying that he will deceive, especially when it came to the part where he spoke about, going into the Bible and, doing what he needs to do to make a certain person to believe that he is this kind of way so that he can get her. And that is quite demonic, to say the least, because it's deception. And deception comes from the devil. Remember, Jesus said that Satan is a liar, and in him there is no truth. He is the father of lies. So when Nick Cannon is saying things like this, it's quite disturbing, to say the least, because he's basically becoming a predator to get what he needs to get. It's about his needs and not about the feelings of the woman out there that he's probably hurting in the process. Because when women fall in love, they fall in love. And what he's doing is basically just wanting to use them for whatever pleasure he needs. Okay, so I'm in total agreement with this pastor for what he said. You see, because many men out there today are only after one thing. And once they get that thing from a woman, most of the time they just disregard her feelings and what she feels about the situation or what just happened. So women out there, especially in the church, you need to be careful, because it's not everybody who goes to church who's after Jesus Christ. I hope this video has blessed you today. If it has, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.